The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 211 of the Daily Deck Review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Damn Good Playing Cards from Art of Play and Dan and Dave. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So here we have the Damn Good Playing Cards here in that 6 box, like the half brick box, the 6 half brick box here. And on the front, you can see that it is a matte cardboard color kind of colorway. So it's like that matte, like standard cardboard kind of colorway. You got all the different images for all 6 different of the decks inside. So you got from 1 to 6 here, all the different designs. And on each side it just says a damn good cards in that like glossy finish, black there. And on the bottom you just got that kind of like cardboard folds there, so nothing crazy going on the bottom there, just blank. And on the back, you kind of got that cutaway, the window cutout. So you can see all the different cards there, all 6 of them there. And on the top is pretty plain. You just got the big black like, square seal with the Dan and Dave logo there. And these are still fully sealed, like the half brick box. So we've got to crack that open. I'm not sure if I can just peel it open, or I'm going to need to grab a handy dandy card opener. But it looks like it's perforated. I can easily just pop that right open. And now for the first time, we'll be popping this open. Nothing on the little tuck flap, or nothing on the inner tuck flaps. But now we'll pop this open. And on the top, which I did not know was in here, we got a Dan and Dave Damn Good Cards, guaranteed by Dan and Dave, like a little sticker there. Which is pretty nice. And then here we have all 6 editions of the cards in the box, from 1 to 6. And today we'll be starting with, obviously, number 1. So we'll just kind of grab that right there. Put that off to the side. And here we have the Damn Good cards here in that black colorway, the number 1. And these are still fully sealed in that cellophane. So we'll just grab that pull tab here that's on the side. If I can even grab it. And we'll crack that cellophane here. And now that we have that cellophane cracked, as you can see, it's in a standard glossy finish tuck box. It's mostly a black tuck box with some white text. It says Damn Good Cards. On one side, you can see a little half circle kind of design in that white colorway. And on the other side, it says Thin Crust, No Seal, white border. And on the bottom, you got distributed by Dan and Dave, LLC, Idaho, and then Dan and Dave logo. And then some trademarks made in the United States, unlimited. On the back, you got a little sneak peek of that back design. Like it said, there's no seal, just the black color on the top with the little number 1. On the tuck flap, it says Thin Crust is a guaranteed trademark of the United States Blanket Company. And then the inner tuck flaps is that glossy black finish. Take the cards out of the box. On the inside of the tuck box, it is just plain white. Nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside of there. And now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back design. Here we have a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around there. Well, it's kind of like an edge break, but not really an edge break. It's not like a true like design like border, because it kind of melts in. Like the border kind of melts in with the back design there a little bit, but still the standard white border going around. And it's a white background with these black half circles on top, so it's like a half circle kind of design, making all these different kind of like shapes throughout the back design. But it is a mirrored back design. Yep, mirrored back design there. So the black and white kind of colorway. So if we were to flip it over, same design in both directions. And now for the cards you get with the deck. Here we start with a little quote. It says, I dream a better tomorrow where chickens cross the road and not be questioned about their motives. Ralph Waldo Emerson. And we got another quote. It says, always remember that you are absolutely unique, just like everyone else. Margaret Mead. And then we get to that custom Ace of Spades there. And just a simple black spade. There was a little like, star diamond, and it's pretty much the same as that little sticker that we're seeing, which is kind of nifty there. And that says Damn Good Cards, trademark and copyright 2022, Dan and Dave. These are from 2022. And the rest of the spades are pretty standard looking. They're pretty stock faces. Then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of Spades. Pretty standard there. Nothing too crazy going on. And the diamonds are pretty standard looking. Same as the court card, Jack, Queen, and King of Diamonds. Pretty standard. But they might, I might have seen it on the spades, but it looks like they have a little bit of purple in there instead of like a blue, but it might still be blue, but it kind of looks a little purplish blue there. And then the Jack, Queen, and King of Spades. I mean, clubs, standard once again. And the clubs are just standard. And then the hearts, Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts, standard as well. And then the hearts are also just standard. And the last two cards you get in the deck, you get Dan and Dave will add card there with their logo and their website. Back design on the back, and then you got a fully inked black card with the Art of Play logo in the white, and then their website at the bottom. And it just says shop our sister company for those playing cards along with puzzles, games, and amusement, and more. And just the back design on the back. But now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And these are from the United States Playing Company, so they should handle pretty good. So first we'll start with the springs. And you can definitely tell they're thin crushed, like they mentioned on the tuck box. But they're not overly like thin. They're definitely like feel a little bit more broken in compared to some cards. But they still feel fantastic. Pretty smooth and actually pretty nice springs. Like a nice soft touch to it. So overall, fantastic springs. Like they're actually like super like satisfying. And now we'll move right on to the fans. And these cards are definitely going to be a little bit more slippery. They feel kind of slippery, but they spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips and numbers. No real stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. And now time for that Pharaoh. Super smooth and satisfying Pharaoh. I did not like cut them properly. It's a little bit off on that side. Now for a giant fan of that back design. Now for the reverse Pharaoh. The reverse Pharaoh wasn't as smooth. It was still pretty smooth. It did catch a little bit, and I had to like slightly push them together a little bit, but they locked away pretty nicely once again. Now for a giant fan of the faces. Now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. Well, like I say, fantastic riffle shuffles and bridge shuffles. No issues there. They got the nice clickiness for the riffle. And they got the nice smoothness for the riffle. So no clumpiness to it. Like they feel broken in straight out of the box, which is fantastic. Now time for a few packet cuts. Well, definitely no issues with the pack cuts. They're not overly like slippery. They have a nice packability to it. They feel nice in the hands. So just pretty much average pack cuts, nothing overly special. Now time for that one-handed cut or a shoulder cut. Now time for the dribble. All the dribbles are nice and smooth there. A little slidey from time to time, but not too bad. Pretty smooth either direction. They feel about the same, either like face up and face down. And now time for that spread fan. And lastly, put the cards on the table. Well, like I say, no, another great and fantastic deck from Art of Play and Dan and Dave once again. They make high quality decks, even though this one's pretty more on the simplistic design side. So you have that nice back design there with black and white back design, that kind of half circle design, which we saw, which is a pretty unique kind of pattern for the back design. That's pretty nice looking. And then the faces are pretty standard, so you got the only custom card in the deck is that Ace of Spades, which is most common in most decks. So pretty standard faces, so you can use them for card games and stuff. Nothing too crazy going on. Some people might will like this simplisticness of it, but then some people will want a little bit more from it. But I find it pretty nice. You don't need crazy custom decks all the time. You can just have a nice custom back design there. So pretty decent design overall for the back design with those simplistic faces. Goes pretty well. And then for the handling, these handle fantastic. No issues at all. It's like they're a thin crushed stock straight out of the box, so they feel broken in straight out of the box. Like they spring super easy. Got a nice bend to it. So no one's gonna have trouble springing these right out of the box. And they're nice and like super smooth. They feel fantastic in the hands. So if you have an opportunity to pick some of these up or just use the cards in general, I would recommend it because they feel fantastic. And this is just number 1 of 6 from that half brick box. Overall, fantastic handling once again. Fantastic back design, even though it's pretty standard. So not a lot going on with the deck, but it doesn't have to be crazy all the time. Sometimes it's just good to have simplisticness. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 311 of your daily deck review. This has been the Damn Good Cards, number 1 from Dan and Dave and Art of Play. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.